A lot of growth. It was really awesome to see our offensive ability, especially with a lot of our young players too, which was really cool. Our power play was rocking, so that was awesome to see. We had some great power play goals and just a threat every single time we were able to go on the power play. And that's going to grab momentum for our group. So Coach Sarah's been working really, really well with them, and it's been working well. So awesome stuff there. So a lot of really good stuff. And now we want to build from it. Obviously, Brown was a huge win for us, the comeback. We made it difficult on ourselves a little bit going down 4-1, but the comeback was awesome, and it was really cool to see from our group the fight and the will through that.
I want to start with the Hall of Fame game. That was an incredible atmosphere, at least what it looked like on stream. And what was it like to be in that with a bunch of people just celebrating women's hockey and in a really cool environment for all of those girls to play in?
Yeah, it was an awesome game. The energy was unbelievable. From stream, you saw it. We felt it too throughout the whole entire game. One of the coolest things was after the game, one of our players on the bus was like, "That was the most fun game I've played in." And so just to see the atmosphere around it, we had some awesome special guests for our starting lineup. It was just a really cool moment. We have so many Minnesotans like we've talked about, and so for them to play in a high school rink again, I think they really enjoyed it and cherished it.
Who were the special guests?
So we had Camden. She was from Minnesota Wild Special Hockey, and then we had 2 Lakeville South players. So it was cool because all local, and so they were able to come in and get the group hyped up.
That's awesome. And the game against Brown, right? Like you said, you're down 3. You're in a spot you probably don't want to be in. What's the mentality on the bench in facing that 3-goal deficit?
Yeah, I think a big thing for us is we weren't playing ideally the way we wanted to and not playing our game. And so I think the group knew. We kind of gave them a little call to action. And so for them, it was, let's get back to how we need to play. And that was our biggest focus. And then once we started to get some, it really just helped. And so the energy was there. You could hear the bench like, hey, let's go, stopping on pucks, doing the little things. And we talk a lot about details and habits. And so a lot of those details and habits were talked about on the bench. And a big thing that we talked about all week too is we start our energy. And so our bench really stayed cool, calm, collected through it, which was awesome. But you could tell the fight within the group is they wanted it. They weren't done. And so they really brought that.
How did it feel when Haley got that goal with less than a minute left? That had to have been pretty exciting as well.
It was awesome. Yeah. It was an unbelievable pass by Morgan. She makes a sauce. I don't even think she stick handles once. It started too, I think, on a 2-on-1, and then Heidi picks up a stick, so they don't score with a minute left. And so a lot of key details there, and then Haley gets that puck. And something we always say to her is shoot or shoot, and she can shoot. So yeah, not surprised by the goal because she knows how to shoot that puck, and she found that corner even with that pressure from the D. So really good play there.
You mentioned her, but Morgan's had an incredible stretch of games here, and she's been rewarded for it too by the WCHA. What's gone into such a successful freshman season for her?
Her work ethic. She is unbelievable how hard she works. She cares. She's going to watch film. She's going to be dialed on every single video session. She just continues to learn, and I think she's eager to learn from us, from the coaching staff, but then from her teammates too. And she's one that she's going to give you everything she's got. She cares so much about hockey, about the program, about the bigger picture too. It's not just about her. She's probably one of the most humble players, and she'll do something crazy at practice and everybody's going on and on like, oh my goodness, and she just has a little smirk. And so it's just really cool. I think that confidence and humbleness really helps bring that success for her, and her offensive abilities is unbelievable. It's been really fun to watch her have the success too and then get rewarded.
She talked about how it was a challenge for her to gain confidence playing at this level, making that jump to the WCHA. For you as a coach to see a player start to feel confident in their game, how fulfilling is that? It's
unbelievable. And the thing too with that transition is it takes time. And I think that time is a hard thing to deal with as a first year in building that confidence. But the thing with her is she just kept bought into what she needed to do. And defensively too, she's so strong. She's not just one end of the ice. And so for us, it was so fun to watch that she's caring even like just as much about the little things in the defensive zone too. Like, where should my stick be here? Who's my coverage? Like all of those things. And so you didn't have to convince her to play both ends of the ice and then you're going to get rewarded. Like, she was bought in from the get-go. And then the offensive ability, we kept telling her it's going to come. You just keep playing the way you're playing.
She also talked about how it's important for her to keep having fun in a season where, you know, it's not going to be a sweep every weekend and wins are tough to come by in this league. How important is it for players to kind of keep that mindset? Like, yeah, we're building towards something. We're on a process, but we still have to make it fun and make this worthwhile.
Yeah, it's so important. Fun is massive. You're playing the game of hockey, right? And I think especially those players, like Morgan is a huge piece of what we're building too. And so I think she knows that, and that group in there knows that they're a huge piece of it. And so for us, we're just going to continue to build every single week. And we don't want them ever to get used to losing, especially this group. We have a very special group in that locker room. And so for us, we want to build, we want you to be frustrated, but we want you to focus on the process of what to be frustrated about. If we play a dang good hockey game, there's no need to be frustrated, right? Obviously, you want to win, but like we're focused on how we want to build and how we want to play. So you see our product every night the same. And so for us at practice too, we're going to work extremely hard, but it's going to be fun. We're going to have games in there. It should be competitive. We want them to enjoy coming to the rink. And so all of those pieces matter, but it's just part of building what our culture is. Fun, but like we're there. We're giving everything we got.
Well, I know they're a really good team. Definitely one of the top 5. So we'll have to be careful against their forwards, against the whole unit especially. They like to rotate, so we'll have to watch out during switches and just try to keep up and especially not get into the penalty box.
I want to ask you a few questions about the road trip you guys just made to the Twin Cities, and especially that game against Brown. You guys are down 3 goals in the second period before making that comeback. What was the mentality on the bench, down 3 goals, and what kind of sparked that comeback?
Well, definitely during the timeout, we talked about keeping our energy out, the spirits of like we just can't go down without a fight, and we obviously did that and made an absolutely exhilarating comeback. So,
what was the feeling on the bench when Haley scored that 5th goal?
I mean, I was on the ice, so I wouldn't know, but I think it was a big boom. Like everyone jumped to their feet into the air, and it was just, I don't know, totally beautiful.
What can a win like that do for you guys in terms of momentum and confidence going forward?
We'll definitely take that win against Ohio. We know we can score. We know we can come back from being down 3 goals, and I think we have more confidence going into the next games.
I want to ask you a question about Morgan here too, because she's had a really good December. Obviously, she's on fire right now. You know, what do you see out of her game that's been such a boost to this team?
Definitely her offense and what she generates in the defensive zone. She's not only like a good offensive player and bringing much to the offense, but also going from defense, like for an example, going low and slow during breakouts and just getting the puck out and making really good passes and setting up other teammates for success.
I think from the first time we played them, we were a very different team. We're young, so we have grown so much through the season, so I think we can really stun them. So,
when you say you've grown throughout the season, talk about that a little bit more. What areas have you guys grown in?
I think we've grown in our defensive end a lot, like closing quick, having quick seconds, and getting the puck out, which has led to more offense. We've been scoring more recently, and we know we can put the puck in the net a little bit more than we were at the beginning of the year. So,
when you talk about growing and it kind of starting to match the speed of where you guys want to be at and playing in this league, how much of that is a young team starting to fill into that speed that it takes to play at this level, and maybe just a young group of girls trying to, figure out what it takes to compete in the WCHA?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is because we're young, and I think our seniors have helped. I know they've helped me a lot, and they've helped all of us settle in. And so we are looking at the second half. Like, we're not freshmen anymore. Like, we're just first year, so we're ready to go and take the second half down, yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, you've had obviously a big stretch of games here. What's gone into this recent offensive burst for you, and just kind of finding the right stuff offensively?
Yeah, I've kind of felt like my confidence has grown. Obviously, getting a hat trick right before break was cool, and like that kind of like sparked, okay, like I can be that one of those players for us, and I can do this. But also, right, like I've been getting the chances before that too. I just haven't been capitalizing, and I think as a team we've been really focusing on capitalizing, and I've been starting to do that more, and every single one of us has also started to do that more, so it's exciting.
How much do you feel like you've grown personally from that first game against Ohio State until now?
A lot. Like, I just remember playing Ohio, and I felt like I had zero time to do anything. Now it feels like, no, I can make a play. Like, it doesn't just need to go straight back to their D. Like, I can get the puck out. I can make a good pass and get some shots. And, yeah.